met this girl, Kim, on MySpace, and I requested her because I thought she used to dance with me. And she didn't. But she was like, hey, how do I know you? And I told her that I thought she danced with me, and she laughed, and she was like, I definitely didn't dance. And so I saw on her status that she went to Blue Ridge and that she was getting baptized, and I was like, oh my gosh, I go to Blue Ridge too. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, why don't you come to a baptism? And I was like, okay, oh my gosh. And so then I went to her baptism, and I didn't even know her, and she was so happy to see me, and she was like, oh my gosh, Timmy, and she gave me a hug and everything, and she made me feel like I was like one of her best friends, and I was like, this chick is awesome. So then we started hanging out more, and then she told me she started going to Tree of Life on Wednesdays, and so we started going to Starbucks before Wednesday church, and then so she took me to Tree of Life. And I love the pastor there too, and so I started going to Blue Ridge on Sundays and Tree of Life on Wednesdays. So one Wednesday night, we went to Tree of Life, and Tommy had a great service, and Kim had asked me how my relationship was with God and everything, and I realized that it wasn't like hers, that I wasn't happy all the time like she was, and so that night, I realized I wasn't saved, and I got saved at Tree of Life, and because of Kim leaving her mark in my life, I got saved, and my life's never been the same since. Long time ago, I met a girl named Ashlyn, and she was in my drama class, and that's a class that we didn't do much of anything in, so we would always chat, and we became best friends. Like it was never really a something that we said, but it was just like there. I mean, like, hey, this is Ashlyn, she's my best friend. This is Kim, she's my best friend. It was awesome. And you know, Ashlyn, like, I did kind of notice that something was different about her, but I didn't try to put a finger on it yet. But I know other people that knew her, they'd be like, oh, that really happy chick, Ashlyn. And like, people described her as just happy and outgoing and happy-go-lucky Ashlyn, and she'd like, you picture her and she's like skipping or something like around the halls, and I know, and so, you know, like, she would always make me cards that said, cheer up buttercup, tomorrow will be a better day, and like, I would hang them up on my wall, and you know, it was awesome, and I would read it, and that would encourage me, you know, to be happy. And one day we were in drama class, and some kid was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, and Ashlyn over there, like, in the background was like, it's my savior, and I'm like, what? And this is when we were best friends, and I was like, who says that, Ashlyn? Like, really? And then, like, I actually was thinking, like, do people actually think of Jesus like that? Like, when they say his name, does that actually come to mind? Because that's not how it is for me, and maybe that's a problem. And so I was having a really tough day, and Ashlyn ended up like completely opening up and was like, you know what? Jesus gives me faith, and I think that you need to let him do the same thing to you. And I took all the advice that she gave me, and I put it into action, and things completely started changing, and I started going to a youth group on Wednesday nights, and I accepted Christ. And I went a long time without seeing Ashlyn. And when I did see her, I was like, you know, like, we could just tell that something was different. And yeah, I told her that I accepted Christ. And then she had been trying to get me to come to Blue Ridge for a long time, even before I was a Christian. And something always got in the way of that. Not that I didn't want to go or anything. And I finally came. In the first service, John, that I ever went to, John was talking about baptism. And, you know, he just was saying that that is the next step, and if you're ready to talk to somebody. And so I talked to somebody, and so I decided the first day that I ever went to Blue Ridge that I was going to get baptized here. Yeah, Ashlyn made her mark on me just by talking about Jesus with me and being the difference in my life, and she definitely was that light in my life when I needed it the most, and she reflected Jesus through her personality, and it was awesome.